It's time to call Bryant. Breathe easy, breathe healthy. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Play ball!
Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike three, you're out!
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-6277, or judsonirrigation.com.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, come Ticket Weeknights starting at 6 o'clock. If you guys want to join the show at all, feel free to do so through the Sartor Heyman text line. That's 402-464-5685. We got Chancellor Brewington, the host, as always, to my left. And if you want to put a face to the voice, that's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Allo Channel 961, as always. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and bring him in. Chancellor Brewington, how's it going on what is a warm Monday night?
Warm Monday night, and I'm in a hoodie.
It's cold in here. I'm also in a crew neck, so.
Yeah, no, but it's a warm night, but hey, this really like hoodie weather in Arizona. It's a fantastic day right now.
Stop. That is No way, people.
I'm
You guys can't
playing.
even have basements out there. Don't even tell me about Arizona.
Basements?
Yeah, you guys can't even have them. Too rocky.
We have basements everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that
Were
was
you
a
being
thing.
serious?
Yeah. I thought that was
No,
a thing in Arizona.
we got basements everywhere.
I'm thinking of another state completely. All
yeah,
right.
yeah. Basements everywhere in Arizona.
No disrespect then. I thought that was a place you couldn't have basements because the soil was too rocky.
No, you can have basements.
Good thing we're just streaming only. I'd be making this up on the
Oh my
airwaves.
goodness. Yeah, no, you can definitely have basements in Arizona. Breaking news.
Well, if you want to fact check me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you can comment through there.
Yeah. But to start the show off, Core Century Wisdom, as always, where me and Harrison kind of drop some type of wisdom, just things we're learning on our journey that could possibly help out somebody else's journey. And majority of the viewers are much older than us, so that's why we kind of put a little comedic feel on the Quarter Century Wisdom, because I'm about to be 25. Harrison is already 25. But today's, I thought of it as I was driving here, was to make this world a better place. Obviously every different views of it. Like some say, like, light up the corner of your area, meaning light up your area, the people you're around, light them up, or like go in and feed the homeless, or do all these things. Now, here's a different perspective to have, in my opinion. Be selfish.
Be selfish.
Be selfish.
In which way?
Be selfish and look at selfish in a different way. Look at selfish as finding out all that you can about yourself, why you're supposed to be here, who you are, who you're called to be around, who you're called to influence, and figure it out that way. So once you find yourself and you find out why you're here, then you're actually making the world a better place by finding yourself. So that's why I mean be selfish in all aspects. In the way you think, the way the people you're around, your business, everything. Just be selfish in that. And I'm not meaning like be boastful or arrogant or nothing like that. But be selfish in finding out why you're here. Because if you find out why you're here, and it's not so much like job and stuff like that, but like if you find out why you're here, the world is automatically a better place because you're in your specific area of expertise, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's got a gift to offer to this world.
Exactly. So if you find out why you're here, that's making the world a better place.
That is true though.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone's been at that point, even maybe in school, where like you don't know what you're doing and you're like, man, I just feel useless. Like, what am I really contributing here to this thing? And if you feel like it's nothing, that sometimes it could be the worst feeling you can ever have. We do got one. Well, unless you want to save it, how much more wisdom do you got? Because we got one from the text line we can get to as well.
Go ahead.
Okay, this one's story time then. So, Chancellor, I saw your story with USC DB transfer. Did you lock him down? This one's from Bush.
From who, Bush?
Bills.
What?
I don't even want to say the full thing out of respect for Bill Bush. Put apostrophe S after Bill.
Oh, it's not Coach Bush.
No, it's not.
Oh, I'm like, why is
it's
Coach
a funny
Bush
play on names. It's very funny.
Okay. Bill's Bush.
It does make me laugh, but he's only one of my
coworkers. He's talking about did he commit?
I didn't see what he's referring to. Chancellor, I saw your story with USC DB transfer. Did you lock him down? I'm unaware of the story.
Okay. Since I'll speak in code here, he knows what I'm talking about. Let's say, looking forward to seeing him around.
Okay. But just putting it out there. All right. Man, I'm going to have to try to find the story. Bush, if you want to send me a link, feel free. I'll do it off air here. But yeah, that's interesting. It's Mystic. You left that off.
Yeah.
Is this a good thing, bad thing, entertaining thing?
Fantastic thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Go Big Red. Anyways, back to the wisdom. Yeah. Finding out why you're here. And then also, I feel like, yeah, that would just elevate everything. That's funny though. Shout out Bill's
You could say we're not gonna
Bill's
get marked
Bush.
up. Yeah, it's Bill Bush.
Bill, yeah.
He's just one of my fellow employees.
Yeah.
So I hate to do that to him.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. No, but yeah, let's I guess we can pivot to Nebraska football now.
There's always views there.
Yeah.
I'm just getting excited. That's where I'm at. I'm
Yeah.
like at this point of the year, do you feel like, I mean, we can talk about this from a fan perspective and a player perspective, right? Because I obviously never been a player. Looking at me, you can probably take a guess, but this time of year, it starts to feel real. Like it starts to feel like, okay, we're really on that incline now. The investment, not that it's always there as a fan, but you really start paying attention to everything that comes out. As a football player, do you kind of get that same type of feeling where obviously you're working out every time? You always work out hard, but do you get that same feeling when you get to this point of the year where it's really starting to click in, where those reps just mean more and more each day?
Yeah, they always mean more, but it starts to click in because the training changes. Now, like the strength staff and everyone is getting you prepared for camp. So it kind of goes from these heavier days to now it's a little bit more conditioning, getting your heart rate up, getting your legs running, X amount of feet or X amount of distance that you would run during the practice. So your training starts to all stem around what you're going to be doing in camp. And then the talk about camp gets a little further. And then you got like due dates, report dates. You start talking about when y'all get back from the July 4th weekends and like what training is going to look like then. And then you kind of like, there's just different things that like, okay, like it's really coming up. Like,
are you thinking like depth at this point at time or no? Like, are you thinking about where you are on the depth chart, or is that all pretty well known at this point?
No,
obviously nothing's guaranteed, but do you have an idea of where you are, or no? Is everybody just still?
Yeah, I think everyone would know. But it's interesting. This like during the summer, especially for this Nebraska team right now, a lot of leaders are emerging. And a lot of young guys that maybe it was like their first time playing, or there's a senior out the way, or there's just a change of position like a quarterback. So people are getting a voice. People are learning how to lead. And it's pretty interesting to see the development from spring to summer to fall. It's pretty cool because you go from spring, everyone's kind of wide-eyed, bush, let's like
bush-tailed, trying to figure out what's going on. Where's the foundation?
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys that haven't played before. Then they get some games on the belt. Maybe they have a good spring game, and then all of a sudden, they go into summer. Summer provides like it's basically summer school for football. That's really what it is. You're there basically like from 8 a.m. to like 3 or 4.
So it's just like a full normal school day except it's football.
Yeah,
and maybe some summer classes.
Yeah, of course. But you got three squares a day there. So you got breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then obviously weights and stuff like that. But I would say the summer is interesting. The summer is very interesting because that's where most of the camaraderie comes from. You really get to gel with your teammates because nobody really else is on campus. Y'all outside of football, y'all probably hang around on the weekends after. So definitely some fun stuff. I'm sure people create some of like the best memories during summer right now.
Yeah, I've seen them catch a few memories. I've seen them at movie theaters and stuff.
Yeah,
they typically go in packs, which is always good to see. You do see that camaraderie.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. And then obviously you got the young freshmen gelling in and they're doing their own thing. So yeah, but to answer your question in full, right when you get back from that July break, the intensity, not to say it wasn't already high, but then like there's just a different type of urgency, I would say, because you really getting ready for camp. And if anyone's been through camp at any level, it's just not fun. It's fun, but it's not fun.
What's the jump like? Because I remember in high school, yeah, man, it was brutal. Like 2 days in high school, it sucked. When you get to college, does it just get harder? Is it the same? Is it always just the same grind?
Well, it's funny because the year before I went to college, they did 2 days. And then when I got into college, the rule, NCAA rule changed where you can have a walkthrough though.
Yep. But you can't do full on. You can't do like conditioning in the morning, conditioning again later in the day.
Yeah. So And they used to be able to have 2 full padded practices in one day, which is nuts. I couldn't even imagine how I could get through it, of course, but like that's just not fun.
Do you think that adds anything to a team though? Like say you do have if they were allowed those rules, do you think that allows for more tough-minded teams that it actually benefits, or do you think that was all just kind of old-timey, like maybe it did, but it was so marginal that it was stupid? Or where do you
I
sit
think
with that?
I think it's stupid.
I think when you watch NFL, you realize you don't need it.
Yeah, well,
you need it early on. When you get to that level, you know how to hit for the most part.
I would say it definitely would help with tackling.
Mm-hmm.
It would definitely help with tackling. Because I know like that it wasn't like how we used to do it. Like you would have like your padded days, your shell days, your just your spiders, meaning like the soft pads. Like you would have those days, but I feel as if the more full padded tackling practices you have, the more acclimated you get to tackling, not only for the offense, not only for the defense, but also for the offense. A lot of people don't talk about that is getting tackled and like landing the right way.
So you don't get hurt.
Yeah, just getting used to contact, being able to run through stuff. I know thud periods are good, but getting tackled. Also, there's a flip side to it because I remember our 2021 spring or 2022 spring, 21 spring going into 22, we had like 4 ACLs in spring. So it was, but and those were tackle days. So it's like there's a fine line between of padding up, but also if you're only doing tackling once a week, then you're also not really. It's really like a minus. It's not really there. I don't really see any pluses in just tackling once a week.
Yeah,
I think you would have to tackle like every 3 days or every 2 days. I think you have to keep the consistency up because then you got guys flying in there and just doing, they're just not used to tackling. So the etiquette of tackling goes down and guys knowing how to wrap up. But yeah.
Yeah, it's always interesting because in high school, like it was different. We were going through some rule changes too. So like I know my coach we were all legal by the books, but yeah, I just remember 2 days and tackling like every day.
Yeah.
It was just like nonstop. And to the point it was good. Definitely get used to the physicality. And we were doing drills, so you weren't like going full speed at each other.
Right.
Some drills, some other ones you just kind of stood up, figuring how to properly roll. But since we're kind of talking about tackling, I don't know if you've ever dove into this on your show in particular, but how do you feel about the NFL and just college football as a whole when it comes to a lot of these rule changes? The XFL kickoff, the hip drop tackle.
Yeah. I mean, I get the hip drop, but like how do you control that on defense? How do you come in? Because the hip drop is really like an angle tackle.
Yeah, and then you use your body weight to bring down typically what is a bigger receiver.
Right, but just the angle of the tackle. So let's say a guy's running down the sideline. Let's use the Bo Jackson example. So he takes a sweep. He's running down the right sideline, and a dude trying to catch him dives and pulls down on I think it was his right hip, trying to pull him down. How else is he supposed to take him down? Literally, or like, I mean, the only thing I can think of is sweeping his ankles. But I mean, it's Bo Jackson. He probably gonna run through that.
That's what I was always
exactly. Thinking. So either way you cut it, that's a missed tackle if you don't hip drop.
Yeah, it seems like the only way to get it done, like say it is you got a freak athlete coming through and you got a smaller corner, smaller safety who's got to make that tackle.
And it's usually when the guy's already broken away.
Exactly. They either got to make that angle just right or they're already a couple steps ahead of it.
Exactly. And I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see like how many flags are thrown this year. Because what is it going to be, a 15-yarder or something like that?
I think so. I think it's 15 yards. On the spot or no, I don't think it's I mean, obviously be on the spot if they got the ball in their hand. Let me look up what it is.
Yeah, so that's just going to be interesting to see how they do it and how the players are going to follow it, because you think about football and the number one thing in football is playing fast, because if you don't play fast, obviously you're going to probably have MAs, missed assignments, and you're probably also you have a higher chance of getting hurt if you don't play fast. So thinking about not hip drop tackling someone, I guess that's something they're going to drill during training camp. I'm sure there will be some like weird drills coming up where, if you're trying to take an angle on a guy, I'm sure they come up with a different technique, maybe like a gator roll tackle. I'm not really sure.
Gator roll just kind of feels like the same. There's like, it just, where this gets complicated is where this game always leans into the offense more than the defense as of late. You're not giving the defense a whole lot of wiggle room to make the play.
All right.
It's already, this scenario where the hip drop tackles is typically an undersized defender trying to take down a way bigger offensive player.
Right.
Hence needing to use the body weight. The only way to do it is swing around hard enough and not fall on the legs. Like just use your momentum to carry you past the tackle. But it's bizarre. Like, I don't know really how you coach that. I think we're just going to see more breakaway touchdowns.
Yeah, it's gonna be something to where there's gonna be some strange different drills during training camp, and I don't know if there's gonna get like a dummy and try it. I don't really know. I'm sure coaches are probably just like try your best.
Well, it's such a weird drill to simulate too.
Yeah, I would just, if I was coaching, I would just say, hey, here's the rule book. Just try your best to avoid it.
Yeah, that's
try your best. And I would really just say play hard, and I mean keep it in the back of your mind, but I mean do what you can with it,
Yeah, just try not to land on the legs.
Yeah.
As long, if you drop the hip and use your body weight, it's legal. As soon as you touch those legs, even just scrape them,
right,
that's when you're gonna get, it's 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness and then a automatic first down.
Right.
Which typically on this is going to be a big deal because it's typically a breakaway run you're seeing out there. It just keeps catering into the defense or the offense, I mean. And that's where I wonder, like, do you think the NFL college football in general, will ever use its dominance? Because the NBA used to be so dominant. And then the thing that you talk to the older generation, the biggest thing that turned them away was the addition of the 3-point line, which in a way led to less defense, however you want to make the argument, but less defense, less physicality. Football, do you ever worry that could be a concern? Because it's so popular.
Right.
Like, it hasn't gone anywhere, but people complain about it more and more.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because the physical aspect of football is what makes football. But obviously you got the CTE stuff. So that plays a big part in it. But being a football player, it causes you to switch your technique up, which then causes you to maybe play less effectively sometimes. I think about like the major right hit, Florida in college, where I think they're playing like Louis. I don't know who they're playing, but it's just he's playing a single high safety. There's a fade thrown on the left side, and he just takes off and clears the guy. Right now, if that rule was in place, then the technique in which he hit the guy would have to change, and he probably just would have went for the ball.
Yeah,
and probably would have got a pick. To be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
It hung in the air. Definitely. I think he probably would have picked it off.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was his game though. Right. That was the way he played. So I think sometimes I look at the game now and I see, wow, this guy could really play like a Ed Reed used to play, like this, or like a Ray Lou, or like this. But the technique is completely different now. The way guys have to tackle, they have to tackle different. And I would say especially for a safety running down, filling lanes, and linebackers coming through. It definitely takes the aspect of effectiveness and hard hitting tackling out of the game. But it also I would say it shows the skill level of the defensive player as well, for them to be able to adjust to it.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about like the DBs and safeties.
Yeah,
especially like it drives me insane. Yeah, maybe it is intentional. I don't think it is intentional, but sometimes it almost looks intentional. Like you watch the NFL, you see so many balls that are thrown short, and you see a pass interference call right after.
Right.
Thrown under, the receivers just in front of it enough where that defender's got to make some sort of contact if they're going to get around, try to make the play. And it's almost always pass interference now. And you just see it time and time again. And those pass interference calls are what drive people the most insane. The Saints being one of the most clearest that when you miss it, it's egregious.
Right.
But when we switch the rules, you got to call it every single time.
Yeah.
When you miss it in those big situations,
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have a meltdown about it.
Yeah. And you know what I was thinking about when you said something? Is that some people follow it and some people just keep playing the way they play. And one of those is Kareem Jackson, bro. I think he leads the league in fines for the last like 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Yeah. Kareem Jackson from Broncos, I believe. Yeah, he don't play. He don't play.
Let's see. Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the most fine team. Trying to find the player is tough. We can find it here, though. Yeah, that's always a good debate because talking to Martin Pearson now, it always amazes me, too, how impressive they are about getting that money for those fines.
Right.
They got a fine guy. They come out. They check everybody top to, head to toe with socks. This jersey's hanging out just a little bit too much. That's $5K. And apparently you just walk in after the game and it's in your locker already.
Right.
As soon as the game ends, you know exactly what you wore and didn't wear correctly.
It says Kareem Jackson was suspended twice this past season, ejected from 2 games, a fine total of $89,000 for repeated violations, unnecessary roughness. Yeah,
This one's pretty tough too. This one, I think let me check the year on this. So this one was from last year. Seahawks DK Metcalf led the league in 2023 for the most fines. Can you guess what that number was? For total, not most.
Total.
Total and value, not number of fines.
Like 800?
Nah, not as bad as you would think. $250,000. Still not great. $213,000 worth of fines. Second was Jalen Warren at 97. Third, Broncos Kareem Jackson, 89,000.
Okay, I'm trying to understand where this article is from, but it says Denver Broncos safety. This is
this one I'm reading 7 months ago.
Okay, this one says Denver Broncos safety Kareem Jackson, who has forfeited nearly $1 million in fines and paychecks over a series of over-the-top tackles this season, returned to practice Wednesday after completing his second suspension. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. His highlights are insane, but some of the tackles, some of the fines that he has are like a pulling guard coming his way, or like a receiver come to block him. He just
lays him out.
Oh, he just lays him out. It's really like it's not even like it's the people who review the games. You know what I'm saying? It's not like in the game he gets a flag.
Hindsight.
Yeah, it's like hindsight. He get the check. He get the fine in the mail.
I hate that's like the Kenny Bell block.
Yeah, that's.
Is it legal? Yes. Was it blindsided? Technically, because could the guy have looked to his right and seen Kenny Bell?
Yeah.
100%.
If you
can make it legal or illegal if you want to.
My quarterback got kicked out of a game in college for doing that.
For like a Kenny
Blindside.
Bell?
My quarterback. I think it's one of the first times that has been like it happened since the rule came in. Case Cook is NAU 2017. It went viral.
Yeah, blindsided.
It went viral. We were playing Montana, and he blindsided a defensive end on, I think it was like a reverse or something, and dude cut it back in case he blindsided someone. They kicked him out the game. And
he got fully ejected?
Yeah, we had to go with like a freshman quarterback.
Did you guys win?
No, we lost.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And how early in the game was that?
It was like, I think it was first quarter. Second quarter, yeah.
You guys probably got rallied behind it though pretty quick after. Though.
Yeah,
seeing your quarterback do damage like
that,
it's always different.
It was dope. It was like, and he was an All-American too. It was pretty rough, but it ended up being a snow game and everything. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Man, that's interesting. Yeah, definitely would be fined in today's NFL if something like that happened. But yeah, definitely always worth having the conversation with the NFL because it does feel like people complain more about the officiating than ever. But at the same time, you look at the ratings, they're not sweating any viewers. There's still 97 of the top 100 live broadcasts, seems like every year. So NFL, always interesting to look at. What is the future of it going to be? But in the meantime, everybody's still watching. With that being said, though, we'll go ahead and throw it to our first break here. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington? The host, as always, to my left, Harrison Owens on the ones and twos. If you guys want to join in, feel free to do so. But we'll throw it to break. Talk to you guys on the other side.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today. Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Old School with DP and J.
Everybody's going to focus on his intensities and antics. I think he would be just fine because Billy Donovan is doing well, right? And he's intense as all get out. But how do you think he would transition to the NBA as a coach? And then also, what does this tell you about the Lakers?
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
I think the plan is to go bigger at corner. You got to have bigger corners in this league because you got these receivers. You got to deal with Ohio State receivers. And I'm not saying small corners can't get it done, but small corners have to be extraordinary, right? They got to jump higher. They got to do things that bigger corners might not necessarily have to do. So, I mean, losing Ethan Nation, it's kind of a blow, but when you got to get down in scholarships anyway, it's not, man. They got to have their best guys, man.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, deal ends June 14th. Join now, online or at your local PF Club.
See Home Club for details.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Second segment. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host, as always, to my left. If you guys want to join in on the show, use the streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Allo, Channel 961. You can also use the Starter Heyman text line. We got the College World Series on the airwaves, but still open to you. 402-464-5685. And speaking of the Men's College World Series, we got the final game, Game 3 for the championship, taking place right now. Currently, Tennessee leads that one at the bottom of the 7th. 3-1 over Texas A&M. Brewington, who do you got for that one tonight? Since we haven't talked about it yet. 3-1, so a little bit of Tennessee to obviously be favored, but can Texas A&M swing back?
Anyone else but Texas A&M.
Yeah, I can take that answer. I can take that answer 100%. Never thought I'd save it, but give me the Volunteers. All right, yeah. Tennessee up 3-1. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. This has been an awesome College World Series. The pitching's been incredible.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, last night's game, Tennessee's pitcher, I'm blanking on the name right now, but it was one of those things where you do kind of see it and you're like, that's the difference. Like the pitches they were throwing are just insane.
Right.
Like, you're touching high 90s and the drop on some of those balls they're having. So definitely a good College World Series. Texas A&M, they got enough batting power to swing this thing back, but it does look like Tennessee Volunteers are going to run away with it, be the 2024 Men's College World Series champions. But like I said, still bottom of the 7th, still time left for Texas A&M. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. If you're looking at Nebraska, though, since you kind of got a little bit of a baseball background, definitely a big part of your family, if Nebraska wants to continue to dominate the Big Ten, and not only that, but actually be a problem when they get to regionals, even better super regionals, even better College World Series, what do you fix first? Is it pitching or is it batting?
Yeah. I think the thing with batting is you're going to have your on nights and your off nights. You're going to have that, but you need to stay consistent with pitching. You have to. And so I would say definitely just making sure you have enough bodies, able arms that can that you can fit in and you trust them to start games, to come in and close games and come in dicey situations and get it out when you need it. Get an out or two. But I mean, the pitching this year was pretty good.
Yeah, it was actually really good. But like you said, just made a little more depth, because we were shocked to see, I think, Sears struggle, not walking batters at all. And then you run into a team like Florida when the bats are hot.
Yeah.
You need some elite pitching. You need someone who's going to cool things down and get you out of a tough inning.
Right.
And unfortunately, Sears, he played pretty well, but again, you just have those few games especially when it's double elimination, not a whole lot of time to figure things out. Then McConaughey as well kind of struggled. So 2 good pitchers. I'm very optimistic, especially McConaughey. I think coming back can add a little bit more to it. I think he's great to have back there in the bullpen, but yeah, I just think a little more depth there is what we need. Because that's kind of what fell apart in those games. What felt like to me was the pitching. I thought, like you said, with batting, we were okay. We weren't as hot during the Big Ten tournament, which was obviously going to be hard to beat. We were on fire through that. Cooled down a little bit once we got to Oklahoma State, Stillwater. But yeah, I think the pitching was the thing that fell short for us.
Yeah, and that's pretty consistent across all boards. You go from high school to college to minors to pros. I mean to big leagues. I think the teams that win have consistent pitching. And they got guys that they can trust in a number of situations. And that guys that know their role, you know what I'm saying, and know and can execute their role. But that's really with every sport as well.
Baseball's tough though.
Yeah, it's just pitching. The pitcher controls the game.
Yeah,
the pitcher controls the game. You are the quarterback of the team. You are even more important than the quarterback of the team. You literally control. You control. The ball's in your hand. You control the game.
Tougher pro job,
quarterback
pitcher
or pitcher
or quarterback?
Oh my goodness.
Because both sports, the win or loss really hinges on you for a major part of it.
I would say quarterback for a few reasons.
There's no relief pitcher for one. There's a backup QB, but that's typically you never go into it unless you need to.
Right. But also, I know this is, if you're a starting pitcher for Nebraska, let's say they have a rotation of 4 or 5. You know, you're once every 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
You know, like that's your job. But quarterback, you have to stay consistent, and it's not only just throwing the ball and making sure it's on target. Obviously, pitcher, it's, you know, you got all these different pitches that you need to perfect and make sure they're sharp. But, you know, quarterback, you got to read defenses. You got to
work with your receivers too.
You're in charge of the O-line. Yeah, I would say quarterback's probably the hardest position in sports.
I'd agree. You got to stay healthy in what is one of the most physical sports.
Yeah.
You're the main target on every snap.
And that's something that's not talked about enough is the arm maintenance.
Yeah.
It's the same as a pitcher.
That's a good point. You can jack your shoulder up.
Yeah, it's really I would say it's not the same, because first of all, the velocity in which you throw goes down a lot, obviously, because it's a football, and the arm angle. You're really throwing like a slider every time. It's a little bit better for your arm. But there's still the shoulder care is, you have to also maintain your physical strength to make sure you're not losing weight, make sure your muscle mass is still there. You're lean, like make sure you're still strong and explosive, but also you have to take care of your arm as a pitcher in the MLB, right? And also the movement of throwing, you have to make sure you're strong in that area, which that goes into a bunch of hip motion and core strength and lat and all these different components. So I would definitely say the quarterback. Have you seen the documentary Quarterback? Yeah. So they show a little insight of, you see like Mahomes and his trainer and how they did certain stuff with their arm care. But yeah, coming from that baseball background, I definitely used to like always talk to the quarterbacks that I played with, and like used to be like, oh, do you be doing this? Do you be doing this? And they'd be like, yeah, I do. I was like, they'd be like, how you know that? I'm like, yeah, I used to pitch. Like, I'm already knowing, running foul pole to foul pole after every on every off day, making sure your shoulders good. But yeah, I would say definitely quarterback is the most advanced position in sports.
I agree with that. I'll zag though in the fact that I still think, despite quarterback being the toughest position on sports, I think going pro in baseball has got to be harder than anything else.
Oh yeah, because it's really just a skill it's a super specific skill set that's been sharpened to like the very elite.
Yeah, and there's so many layers of pro.
Yeah,
like I'm talking pro, like you're playing, for the Kansas City Royals. Exactly. I'm talking that level.
Yeah. Because you think about football, pick a position.
Tight end,
perfect. So the skill set of a tight end is so broad. You got obviously you're in the trenches, your footwork in there, your footwork in route running. Catching the ball, blocking, all these. So there's like 20 different skill sets set in tight end, right? As for pick a baseball position,
first base,
you literally field the ball at first base. You have a skill set there. You have a skill set of having one foot on the bag and making sure that securing the out.
Got the physical gifts, so I go part with it as well.
Right, of course. And then obviously you hit. So think about how narrow these skill sets are, and how refined and sharp and perfected these skills are. So the margin of error, or the margin of elite is slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. As for tight end, so you can get a tight end who's not really good at blocking, but he's really good at pass catching, right? But if to get a first baseman who's bad at hitting, like you can it's not, you can't use them.
Yeah,
exactly. So I would just say baseball, the skill, like refining your skills it's a lot harder than people think to hit a baseball. First of all,
did you look at the Hall of Famers and look at their batting?
Yeah, 1 out of 3.
And you're a Hall of Famer.
Or really,
that says it all to
not
me.
Even that. You hit 290.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, this guy.
He hit 290?
Yeah.
Or you hit hitting 260 in a career is actually like elite.
Oh, yeah. That's what my biggest thing that made me flip my thought to baseball as being the hardest is I was going through looking at Hall of Famer stats. Like, what does it take to be the best?
Yeah.
Those stats are humbling.
Yeah.
It's like if you can shave a few off the pitcher, like you said, 1 out of every 3, you're considered one of the greatest to come to walk through the sport.
Yeah.
Which is just incredible to me.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Like you think of a guy like trying to think of a guy who got on base all the time. Chipper Jones.
Okay, yeah. That's a good one.
On base all the time, whether it was a walk or whatever. Always on base. First ballot Hall of Famer. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not to say he wasn't a great baseball. He was a great baseball player.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
But when you just look at his game and compare it to like a football, there's no it's not like he ran a 4.3. It's not like he could jump a 40 inch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so refined and yeah, pretty cool. But who was your favorite baseball player growing up?
My favorite player growing up, I wasn't a big baseball guy. I'll be honest.
Ooh.
I was one of those where I'd like put the Cardinals on in the background. Shout out my godfather.
Right.
Because, I was just like Chicago, everything. Just watch the Cardinals because I had a godfather. Really big baseball fan. So, yeah, no, I was like that type of kid where I'd be walking around with like a Ruth, shouting out Babe Ruth or something because like I wasn't watching a ton of MLB. Right. So, yeah, growing up, I didn't really have one.
Yeah.
The older I got, I started paying attention more. Obviously, watching Derek Jeter on the way out was when I really started locking in.
Hated Yankees.
That's why it was interesting,
I was
right?
a Red Sox fan.
The Houston Astros, all their debacles. Kind of when I started working at this ticket is I started diving more into baseball, watching a lot more Husker baseball on top of it.
Yeah.
Then it started becoming a lot more. Pitch clock helped too. I will not deny. How do you feel about the pitch clock? I think it speeds things up.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool until everyone starts throwing their arm out.
Do you think that's, in particular, last year's MLB playoffs? Do you think that was a big reason as to why with that pitch clock? Because we saw a lot of injuries with pitchers in particular.
Yeah, you think about their. Imagine throwing a bullpen, and you have to think about the pitch clock. So every time you throw a bullpen, you got to change your body. I mean, this is by assumption. I don't know what they're doing, but I would assume that you would have like game-like reps in the bullpen, and that you would have to train your arm to be ready to throw that quick.
Mm-hmm.
As before, literally, you can watch games back in like back in 2020 or 2019, whenever the pitch clock wasn't there. You got guys taking 3 minutes to throw a ball. Like literally 3 minutes. Maybe they throw 2 balls in 3 minutes. And so the game has sped up. But yeah, guys' arms, Tommy John and labrum surgeries and rotator cuffs are about to be through the roof. But growing up, Red Sox all the way. Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Kevin Youkilis. Who's there? What's his face? Adam something Vinatieri, the catcher, Tim Wakefield. Oh my gosh, that team was phenomenal. I love them.
That's your team today?
No,
back with Arizona.
Back when I was a little bit younger, when they beat the Rockies for the World Series, that was like, and then obviously everyone started getting older and guys getting traded, guys not on the team anymore. But yeah, baseball always have a home in my heart.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely coming from that region of area too. We talk about all the time with baseball. Why is some conferences seem so much better? That location definitely seems to matter. It's a lot more just prevalent within families, even if it's not at the pro level, it's high school, it's, minor colleges, sometimes those Power 5 SEC teams. But yeah, with that being said, though, we'll go ahead and throw it to break. On the other side, Brewington, I want to ask you about the enhanced Olympics. As we're talking about the 2024 Olympics, there's another Olympics idea that's going by, and seems pretty crazy what they're trying to pull off here. Curious what your thoughts on are. Exactly what you think it is. That's your hint. We'll talk about it all on the other side with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left. Talk to you in just a little bit.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Old School with DP and J.
Everybody's going to focus on his intensities and antics. I think he would be just fine because Billy Donovan is doing well, right? And he's intense as all get out. But how do you think he would transition to the NBA as a coach? And then also, what does this tell you about the Lakers?
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
I think the plan is to go bigger at corner. You got to have bigger corners in this league because you got these receivers. You got to deal with Ohio State receivers. And I'm not saying small corners can't get it done, but small corners have to be extraordinary, right? They got to jump higher. They got to do things that bigger corners might not necessarily have to do. So, I mean, losing Ethan Nation, it's kind of a blow, but when you got to get down in scholarships anyway, it's not, man. They got to have their best guys, man.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
With a Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, deal ends June 14th. Join now, online or at your local PF Club.
See Home Club for details.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host, as always, to my left. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys want to join in for any last-second comments, feel free to do so. That's 402-464-5685. Wrapping this one up, I want to talk about the Enhanced Olympics because it seems like a crazy idea. Then you actually look at it, and I do wonder if they have a legitimate argument here. First off, just the name itself, when you think of having an Olympic event, which is essentially all the same Olympic events that you would have this year in 2024 Paris, but you allow the use of performance-enhancing drugs. Initial thoughts?
It sounds good.
I mean, it
sounds entertaining.
It sounds entertaining. It doesn't sound good. It sounds like a recipe for bad health. It sounds like a recipe for people to regret it later on in life because they don't live as long. So, I mean, it's very entertaining to watch. I will watch that. So imagine weightlifting. Imagine track. They're gonna be way faster.
I just want to see what that pole vault looks like. How much power can you get
off
that? Like just everything.
They're gonna have basketball.
Yeah, they'd have everything.
I would. If they can't have football, that would be scary.
No, it's not even in the Olympics now.
Yeah, that would be scary. Imagine if they had football enhanced. Nah, that's way too violent.
I think combat sports, you say no.
Yeah, you think about volleyball, soccer one.
Yeah, soccer's a big one.
Yeah, of course.
Unfortunately, the U.S. doesn't. Shout out to women. They do a pretty good job representing the men's. I don't know what it is about the MLS, but we struggle to develop elite soccer talent.
So if they do enhancements, are there regulations on the enhancements? Or is it just free ball? It has to be some type of regulation.
They still have testing to make sure you're not killing yourself, but they're not going to essentially ban you for any of it. So the reasoning is, and this is their argument, and this is coming directly from their website, enhance.org. So this is going to be obviously be biased towards their argument. I'm not saying fully support it. I'm curious about it. 44% of the world's world-class athletes admit to using banned substances today, yet only 1% get caught. The Olympics Games have become a cat and mouse game in which some athletes reach for higher risk substances because they are harder to detect. The endangers their health and diminishes the integrity of the sport. So their argument is, we already have so many athletes doing it anyways. You see a lot of these stories, and they're like, they will take some dangerous stuff because it can mask it. If you just make it legal, you get people, you at least know what they're taking. You can distribute it, because a lot of these drugs too, you can just get over the counter. They're not necessarily, not even a Schedule 1 illegal here in the U.S. Some of them obviously are, but if you take it, you won't be able to perform in the Olympics. Some of them make sense. Some of them are they won't even help you, but you'll still get banned for it. So the reasoning is, make it safer, make it so it's legal. That way you can at least check and check on what they're actually taking. And there's no hiding anything because it's legal. Why would you hide it?
Right. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is a terrible idea.
Okay. Give me your thoughts.
This is terrible.
Give me your thoughts.
This is terrible. Imagine if 15 years down the line, there's no way this is going to last, because somebody going to mess around and have a heart attack or something. And now that this is terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. No. Nobody should. No, that shouldn't be allowed, bro.
Okay. Well, here's how they're going to get people. They're going to pay the athletes. This is something where the Olympics have a big problem. Hardly any of the Olympic money goes to the athletes. It gets spent on the massive soccer stadiums that get abandoned as soon as it's over, on buildings. It's just a bunch of money that gets spent and then ends up on a massive net loss. You even see some countries, hit near bankruptcy after the Olympics, despite the sudden growth. They're going to pay them at least six figures just to be there, which is significantly more than if you go on the Olympics, unless you have sponsorships, unless your own team pays you well. But the actual Olympics itself will not pay you. It has to be your country, or it has to be sponsorships. So I think that's how they're going to get people. And when you have 44% on there, again, this is their website. They claim 44%. You're knocking on the door about 50% of the Olympic athletes. So I think that we'll have some success with this.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, because this is gonna be meme central, bro.
It's gonna be scary at first. I'm very curious what these first few years look like if they go through with it.
Yeah, once like mainstream media and Twitter and all these different people get a hold of this, they gonna love to eat this up. They gonna eat this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna watch it. Terrible idea, but I'm gonna watch it.
What would be the best sport to watch in that scenario?
I would love to watch like a power lifter.
I was gonna say,
or track.
Track would be good. Any of the shot put.
Oh yeah,
would just be stupid.
Imagine these just big old boys just going at it, or boxing.
No, see, this is what I'm saying. No combat sports.
Yeah, you can't do boxing.
You can't be doing it.
You can't. You can't. You'll get in. Yeah.
Like wrestling. No, sorry, we can't. No. We gotta have some. If it's like a individual event, yes. If it's And even then, I'm very nervous about those individual athletes. But it's a real thing. So I thought I'd bring it up. Enhance.org. If you want to read about it, think it's a good idea, bad idea, you can at least read more about it and find out for yourself. We'll wrap it up here, though. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington? We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow night.